All right, we're outside. Wanted to do a quick update on the M1 iPad Pro. I've had it for 30 days and every video I've produced thus far has been on that iPad and it has been awesome. So this is gonna be a real quick update on what it's been like living with the M1 iPad 12.9-inch liquid Retina XDR display, all the bells and whistles. Let's take a look at what I like. So we are outside. So it's been about 30 days. So I figured I would do a little update on the iPad Pro 12.9 M1 iPad that I've been using for about 30 days. And let's talk about the coolest thing about it is with a GoPro and your iPad, everything fits in a nice little backpack and you can go anywhere. Your studio is wherever you happen to be and you can edit, post everything you need to do right from the ultra portable and very powerful M1 iPad Pro. And so I've been very happy with it for 30 days. And a little bit about some of the accessories that I've used, some of the features I love, but let's just dive right into it. The size. So first of all, this is the 12.9-inch iPad. Big fan of that. Just for the sheer amount of real estate that you have at your disposal to look at. Really the two things that I do primarily on this: edit photos with Lightroom and edit videos with Lumafusion. So with those two things, this thing cranks through it. I will show you a little video here, a little snapshot of how quickly I was able to edit one of my videos. And and it's not 50% of real time, so about a 14-minute video. Took a little bit more than 7 minutes, but I'll post the actual data there. But really that's been my experience, is that every one of the videos that I've crunched through, which has several camera angles, some intro, some transitions, soundtracks, all that stuff, and it really just crushes it. And then uploading it is equally as fast. So big fan of the real estate that you get with the bigger size of the 12.9 inch. The bad, it's heavier and it's not as portable. It's tougher to really use. Sitting on the airplane, you get this huge amount of real estate in front of you, which can be a little awkward at times, but I dim the screen so that they can't watch my version of Friends that I'm watching and download it or whatever it is. The other thing, it's a little bit heavier, so if you are a type of person that uses this laying horizontal, it's going to be a little tougher. And in fact, my other iPad, I used to watch videos, Netflix or whatever, on a trip or whatever, and I would just hold it there with one hand. Well, it gets a little trickier with this bigger iPad, harder to hold, and it's a little more fatiguing if that's what you're going to use it for. So get the smaller size if you're just going to use it for up-close video. But anything else, I really love this larger size, despite the heft, because you just get a better look at everything up close and personal with the bigger size. The power available, and this has been fantastic. I've had all day use of the iPad, multi-days really, because I'm not using it all day long, but for the times I've used it, it'll last several days before it needs a charge, and it charges pretty quickly. The problem, I did run into one problem with power, and that was as I was down to a really low, set maybe below 20% on the iPad, I tried to plug it in and use it at the same time doing some video. And the problem with that was it really struggled to charge the battery while I was using it doing heavy processing. So just be aware of that. You're going to need to stay ahead of that power curve so that you have the amount of power that you need to complete everything you do. Just make sure you charge it every night maybe. But so that was one issue I had. Trying to charge it and use it in a heavy processing mode was a little bit challenging. Real quick, while editing the video, I discovered a little discrepancy there. When I was charging the iPad, I was actually charging it from a brick, a power bank, and not the wall. So must not have been enough juice in that power bank to power recharge while I was processing on the iPad. So just want to clarify that. Back to the video. The primary use for me for this iPad is to just be a publishing tool for YouTube. And so I edit everything on Lumafusion. Lumafusion has been great. It provides pretty much everything I need thus far. I'm sure as I get more advanced, I am really looking forward to some of the new features on Lumafusion, but really right out of the box, Lumafusion has been fantastic. For the price, you can't be beat. And again, it's native to the iPad and it works just fantastically. Lightroom I also use quite extensively to edit photos, and again, I've had no lags, no hiccups, no issues whatsoever with this iPad running the bigger, with a better processor, the M1 processor. The hard drive size, now I did upgrade to the just basically 0.5 terabyte size of for the iPad Pro, and it is the biggest hard drive size I've had in any of my devices, including my MacBook Pro. But what I love about it is my workflow is so simple. I don't carry any hard drives, any SSDs with me. I haven't run into any problems. I just plug the cameras right into the iPad Pro. Have to deal with the clunky file system that other people have maybe mentioned, and that's fine. But once the files are in the computer, once they're in the iPad, it's just so quick to deal with everything. I don't have to transfer, upload, download anything. It's just everything right here. So far, I'm not putting a dent in the space that I've got here. And really my plan is once I process video, I'm just gonna upload or offload all those videos into the cloud, and then I'll just continue to use only the current videos that I have in here. And really, it's got plenty of space to crush anything that I can put at it just using it that way. So big fan of the larger hard drive. That I need to get maybe quite so big, I don't know, but it's worked fine with this larger size. So that goes to the Thunderbolt drive. I have not had to use it thus far. Everything I've plugged into it and transferred has been fine. A little slow because none of the new features or none of the new, nothing's really tapping into the Thunderbolt capabilities yet. So I'm really looking forward to it and hoping that Apple makes that a priority in the new software, and that some of these SSDs really start to take advantage of that faster Thunderbolt speed. To me, it's not an issue. Again, that's why I went with a bigger hard drive, and maybe that's why I would advocate that you get a bigger hard drive when you get the iPad, so that you don't have to worry about file transfers and external hard drives, and this less complicated life with not having all that stuff. So big fan of the Thunderbolt once they start taking advantage of it, but right now there's really no big deal for me. The Apple Pencil is probably another number one accessory aside from a case or some way to carry this thing, but the Apple Pencil is fantastic for it allows you a finer fidelity on updating and doing all sorts of stuff, whether you're editing videos or using Lightroom. It's just a much finer level of detail than your big finger on the screen. So I'm really addicted to the Apple Pencil, and I love the ability that this one charges. I've got an older iPad Pro for work that I have an iPad or an Apple Pencil for, and it just doesn't having to charge it by plugging it into the bottom of the iPad, it works for a quick fix. But this is so much better now that it syncs with that iPad and charges right there while it's plugged in. Is just fantastic. Big fan of the Apple Pencil. Other accessories, again, besides a case, that's all I've done. A case, the Apple Pencil, and I've got a screen protector that you can get on Amazon Anywhere. I'll put a link to the one that I got for this one. I like it, and some of the other accessories, but the cover I have is just the Apple version. I just like the fit and function with the Apple ones. I liked the blue color and the ability to just put it in front of you, use it. That's what I would use for watching videos, sitting at a table, but I would just lay it down. Usually it sits just like this as I edit videos anywhere I'm at, but I also do it sitting in a chair without that. So just the ability to protect the screen and give it some other angles to hold. I don't do a ton of word processing on this. If I did, or if I was inputting data, I could see the value in getting the keyboards, but to be honest, they're just too expensive for me to want to get into right now. I don't think I would use it as much. And some of the other brands, again, I just haven't dove into it. No real need, because this, again, what I use it for, this is a completely portable office solution or video editing solution that would really be good for anything. And so I have no need for some of those accessories. I'm sure they work fine. Other reviewers have said they do, and they work awesome. But for what I use for the iPad Pro for, this is the way it works. It's totally portable, and I can set up shop anywhere I happen to be with my camera and my iPad, maybe a couple other cameras, and just go to work. In terms of the display, I'm just going to echo all the comments that you've heard from everybody else. The liquid Retina XDR display on the 12.9-inch iPad is just amazing. And so watching movies, I've not noticed any of the ghosting or any of the issues that people have had, the bleed over in the black, ultra blacks in different settings. I've not seen any of that. I've got no complaints for the way this thing looks, and again, for what I use it for, it's fantastic. And so big fan of the ability to use this. Now I will tell you, keep canceling that this thing is on full bright. I'm in full sun right now in the outdoors, and it is a little tough to read. I wouldn't want to sit out here all day and look at this thing because of the brightness, and nothing's going to compete with the good old ball of sunshine up there. It's just not going to be it's not going to work. So again, that's just a real quick video. I wanted to update you on the iPad Pro, the M1 chipped version. Big fan of that. It's great. And again, most of my videos are going to be outside. This one I just filmed outside because we're outside, and so let's go keep being outside. Let's go. I'm gonna go hit a trail, and I hope you enjoy your day. See ya. So there it is, my quick update on the iPad Pro. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like, give it a follow for the channel if you want to see more content by me edited on that M1 iPad Pro. And I got a lot more content planned for the coming weeks, so hope you stay tuned and hope you enjoy the great outdoors. See you next time.